Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I want to share with you an opportunity on the AUDCAD this morning because there's two different opportunities depending on what type of trader you are, whether you're a counter trend trader or a structure-based trader or a continuation trader, and also it's going to be based on the time frame depending on what time frame you trade. But you could be looking at both of these opportunities potentially depending on how flexible you are and what your trade plan says you can trade. So I want to share with you a couple of things here now. So first things first, on the AUDCAD on the daily time frame, the higher time frame, we've kind of been moving. We had this kind of false break to the downside, pushed straight back up into this big range, and we've kind of been bouncing in and between this kind of 93.50 level and obviously this support level here, and we've been bouncing up and down between that zone for quite some time, way back since June. And we're in the middle of nowhere at the moment. Now, down on the lower time frame, let's just, first of all, before I go down to show you the continuation setup, let's just see what we can see down here. So this is the higher time frame resistance level, this 93.50 level. Now, 93.50 is a psychological number in this market anyway. It's very well respected. And if you go back historically, you're going to see that it's tested more often than it's not. And for you structure-based traders, those of you who have a scoring system or use some kind of confluence or filtering system, I know some of you like to use that to weigh up high probability opportunities by getting confluence. And the first thing you could do here is bring on an equal measured move. And you're going to see that if we just bring that on, you can see it's right up at that level. It completes right at that 93.50 level, which is a little bit lower, sorry, 93.50, and we're right there. So another thing you can do for those of you who want added confluence, some of you use Fibonacci, so 1618 as the extension, you can see completes up there as well. And what you can start to do is build a really tight case for entry by adding confluence over confluence to see where the traders are likely to react, what's likely to happen at that level. Not only for what happens there, but this also is a good indication that we're likely to push up towards that level to test it, because we know these levels act like magnets. We see that time and time again in the market. So something I'm going to be looking at for when, if the market pushes up higher, is a short entry up here. Now you could look for a double top on a lower time frame, or you could look for a 3-bar reversal or a doji candle or something like that. That's something I'll be paying attention to when we get up there. Now, if we're expecting market to get up there, how is it likely to get there? Now, the first thing I want to share with you is on the 60-minute time frame. For those of you who are a bit more shorter term, a bit more intraday, you can see just recently we've had this higher high, higher close. Okay, and we had this higher high, higher close, which puts this into a continuation mode. Now, if you're trading on this time frame, you can see we're in continuation mode, and if we're expecting market to push up and test this 93.50 level, the question is, how can we get involved? Well, I've done a whole series on my 4 approach attack to a continuation setup, but essentially this is the first chance entry zone on the pullback. And then we have the second chance entry, which is going to be down here as long as we get a 1-to-1. It's going to be in here somewhere. And then the third chance entry is going to be down here. Now, we don't have to worry about third chance entry just yet because that's a little way off, but we could get a second chance entry. Now, how do we do that? Well, the first things first, I want to measure out where I'm going to be taking targets. Now, I'm not a continuation trader. So my first targets are going to be, my first profits are going to be taken off the table at this high at 92.99. In fact, I'll just go at 92.98, a couple of pips below that even handle number. And then once I've taken the initial targets off, I can then trail stops up to either this high, 93.50, where I'll be looking to get short, or just get stopped out on a pullback, but squeeze some more profits out of the market that way. So this is where my initial targets are going. And I always base my reward to risk off of my initial targets. So now the question is, well, if my target is here, where can I get involved here that's going to give me a 1-to-1 based on my entry signal? So the first thing I want to look at is where my stop will need to go. And at the moment, it needs to go below this low, 92.63, 1 ATR below that level. Okay, so we're looking at around 92.54 at the moment, based on the current ATR. And I know that anywhere here, I can, oh look, that's a cool feature where it goes red when it goes below 1 to 1. That's new. Around this level here is a 1 to 1. Okay, so now the zone, the kill zone for second chance entry has to be narrowed down a little bit. And now what I need is price action to push into this zone and then give me a higher high, higher close candle. And if we get the higher high, higher close candle, then I can enter next bar market and get long, and we'll be in. And hopefully that'll be a little bit, even a bit lower. And then we can get an even better reward to risk. Half of my profit target will be coming off here. It'll be two positions, and then I'll let the rest run. So that is really the juice on the radar. Hopefully we can hit the trend continuation here and the structure-based setup if we push up later on. But it's something for you guys to follow along to. Let me know how you would approach this, how you'll trade it. Third chance entry is a bit of a longer way off. And for those of you who trade pattern trades, advanced patterns or ratio patterns, you might also wait for something like a Gartley, and then that could be your aggressive entry into this trade as well. Instead of waiting for the at market order, you could just, as soon as you put a valid C leg, as long as it doesn't test this high and the move and make the move already, you could just set a set and forget buy limit order down there at the completion of the Gartley and treat it the same way. So a few ways to get involved. Let me know how you trade it, and if you like the channel and you like this content, hit the like button so I know, and I'll produce more of this in the weeks to come. So till then, take care, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then.